all to do with the election of Boris Johnson as leader of the Conservative Party. I and a number of other nationalists joined the Conservative Party 4 months ago. Once we realised that Theresa May was going to rat on the 31st of March leaving date and had been deceiving us all along, we realised that the Tory party was going to crumble. It was going to break out into civil war. And the consequence of that civil war would be a new leadership election, the ousting of May, and then a contest between a Remainer, Jeremy Hunt, and a Leaver, Boris Johnson. And we wanted to be there to vote on the future Prime Minister of Britain. So a group of us joined the Conservative Party 4 months ago. We cast our vote for Boris Johnson, and I believe Boris Johnson is going to win by a landslide, because he has said, deal or no deal, he will leave on the 31st of October. That for him is written in stone. He's put his whole career, his whole credibility on the line on that issue. Now, that is causing ruptures throughout the Conservative Party and indeed the British Parliament, because we have a Remainer Parliament. Although in the 2017 general election, all the Labour MPs and all the Tory MPs said that they would honour the result of the referendum, they would respect the vote of the British people, and they would support Leave. Hopefully with a deal, if not without a deal. Of course, that was an empty promise from all these MPs. And what we've seen is that at every juncture now, they're trying to scupper the leaving of the European Union. They're trying to keep us in. They're trying to keep us tied in to the Brussels bureaucracy, to dominance by the Eurocrats, the traitors. Now, what are they going to do if Boris Johnson becomes Prime Minister? Because he will be in the pivotal position. He will control Parliament, he will control the Conservative Party, and he will control the agenda. And there's only August, September, October, 3 months plus to go. I mean, the clock's ticking away rapidly. If the Remainers are going to scupper his Leave project, they've got to do it quickly. Now, the way they intend to do it is to vote him down in Parliament, because Boris Johnson may not have a working majority in Parliament itself. There are 30 Conservative MPs who are totally committed to the Brussels bureaucracy. They're not committed to the British electorate who voted to Leave, or the Conservative Party. They're serving their foreign masters, the globalists. They cannot be trusted, and they're going to try and stop Boris Johnson in his tracks. They're going to try and prevent him leaving on the 31st of October. Now, Boris Johnson has developed a strategy to counter this. It's called proroguing Parliament, which means suspending Parliament, and this has caused a furore. I mean, John Major has said he will actually go to the courts to stop this. A former Prime Minister is threatening a future Prime Minister with a court case to stop the political process. But it won't work, because it's well within the rights of the Prime Minister to prorogue or suspend Parliament. It happened in 1979 with James Callaghan. I remember that. Before the election, he wanted to stop Conservatives halting his legislative agenda, so he prorogued Parliament before he dissolved it for the election. This is another tactic that Boris Johnson can use. He can prorogue or suspend Parliament through September, and if the Remainers manage to stop that, he can then say we're going to dissolve Parliament and have a general election. That gives him 4 weeks. Within that 4 weeks, he can get us to leave the European Union because of the 31st of October deadline. So we've got different options here. And the remaining MPs are now beginning to realise that they've got to stop Johnson by any means necessary. If they're going to tied into the European Union, they've got to stop Johnson. And they're beginning to realise the only way they can do that is to prevent him from becoming Prime Minister in the first place. On the 22nd of July, the result will come through for the Conservative leadership election, and Boris Johnson will be anointed as the leader of the Conservative Party. Then we could see the coup the Remainers intend. Theresa May try and prevent Boris Johnson from becoming Prime Minister. She will say he cannot command a majority in the House of Commons, and she will try and hold on to the office of Prime Minister. But she will have to continue to command a parliamentary majority. The Labour Party, the Liberal Democrats and the Nationalists, the Remainer parties will all have to come behind Theresa May and support her for Prime Minister. I mean, that's an incredible political coup, but that's what they're going to have to do to stop Boris Johnson. And it's on the cards. It's a possibility. The whole of British politics is about to be reconstructed, or restructured anyway, because those 30 MPs in the Tory party who totally committed to Brussels will jump ship. They will leave the Conservative Party and join the Remainers in Parliament in this coup. And that means the Conservative Party will be totally committed then to leave. It will be a leave party, full stop, with no dissent. Which then raises the question, what's the role for the Brexit Party in all this? They'll have to come in as allies of the Conservative Party. They'll have to work together, just as Labour will be working together with the Liberal Democrats to keep us in the European Union. All this is about scuppering the democratic vote of the British people to leave the European Union. All this is a denial of the sovereignty of the British people. All this is based on a lie. They promised they would respect the referendum. They refused to respect it. Boris Johnson is going to have popular support for his campaign for us to leave, deal or no deal, on the 31st of October. This is going to be the defining issue of British politics over the next few years, and it's all going to happen in the next 12 weeks. It's going to be a dramatic period in British politics. Expect fireworks. But I think at the end of the day, it's going to be incredibly difficult for the Remainers to stop Boris Johnson. If he gets his foot into number 10, he will have that pivotal position. Now, John Major has said the Queen can refuse his advice. No, she can't. The Queen has to take the advice of the Prime Minister in Cabinet. John Major has said the Privy Council, which is a wider body, which is actually a medieval term, actually. They must assert their authority, but it's not. The Privy Council is really the Cabinet. And Boris Johnson as Prime Minister will select that Cabinet. There's going to be real fireworks now in British politics over the next 12 weeks. We have got to get behind Boris Johnson to make sure the will of the British people for our sovereignty and independence to be respected, for a new beginning in this country's life, a new chapter as a free trading country in the global market. That's what we want. We don't want to be tied into the EU structures anymore. And those who are trying to enslave us and keep us tied in, chained into these structures, have got to be faced down. Godspeed to Boris Johnson. We will leave the European Union on the 31st of October. The British people demand that. We're looking for funds, really, to promote this work that we're doing. So if you support us and you want to invest in this battle to save our nation, there's a PayPal link in the description. If you can, please make a donation. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Ring the bell as well so you get a notification of any future videos we make. We're turning out 2, 3, 4 videos a week now, and we're going to keep on this battle until we win. Thank you.